let's talk a little bit about the offshore part of the core. So again, for the core, which is one of our subregions, we have this section here, and we also have another part of the core which is known as offshore, or the two islands. This island is called Ireland. This island? Britain. Thank you. And we have two countries also. What two countries do we have? We have on the island of Ireland, we have Ireland, and it's below this line. And on this island and this northern part of Ireland, we have the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has 4 areas: Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. We also have the world-class city of London, which is located on the Thames in the UK. Now, we've said that it has an amazing history of the Industrial Revolution as being the origination point for the Industrial Revolution. And we've talked about that already. I'd like to talk a little bit more about the history of the islands, which relates to my own ancestry. And I think we can use my ancestry as a really good example of what often happens in colonization. So we can talk about how these Anglo-Saxon tribes that were here on the mainland, we also had island people that were here. And an interesting thing about ancestry and island people is island people can have varying degrees of skin color. As you go farther to the north, the peoples to the north tend to get lighter and lighter and lighter in skin and hair color and eye color. Why? Because there's less sun exposure. And so the ancestry of these island people will look much like me, with lighter skin color. Also, this particular color of blue eyes is known as glass, G-L-A-S-C, which is a really unique eye color that really is only found here and in this section of France known as Brittany. This area is known for this eye color of glass. It also represents a particular color of the sea. It's green, gray, blue, kind of all mixed together. Changes colors a little bit at times. So the island people here, lighter skinned, lighter hair, lighter eye color, than can be elsewhere. In the more warm climates, then island people will have darker skin, darker eyes, darker hair color. And so these tribes here, the history of this is that there was invasion of the Anglo-Saxon peoples. These very fierce tribes of France and Germany did invade the islands here. And so the Irish, the Celtic peoples are the island people. And that would be the Irish, the Scottish, and the Welsh. And they were pushed. The Scottish were pushed up here. The Welsh were pushed this way. The Irish. And there was battles, many, many years of battles. And so the colonizers were the people from the mainland. And they were colonized. And so in my own ancestry, I do have a Celtic name. I have Celtic background, which would be the island people's background. But I also carry within my ancestry colonizers also. So I have Anglo-Saxon blood as well. This is very, very common. And the reason why I use myself as an example is because many islands are invaded with over and over and over again. Guam has had that happen too. But if you think back to our own ancestry, we often contain both the original ancestry and the so-called invaders or colonizing ancestry as well. We contain that inside of us, so we contain all of it inside of us. And there really is not many places left on Earth that haven't been colonized by others. So I think that's a really good example of what happened. So again, just to quickly go over the different parts that we have. Ireland does have a fascinating history. There was a really terrible potato famine and plague, and many Irish had to leave. They immigrated to other parts of the U.S., and yet their economy came back really strongly, known as the Celtic Tiger. So Ireland is a really exciting place right now. London, of course, ground zero for the Industrial Revolution, and the UK has Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. We know that Northern Ireland, which was Protestant, many settlers came from, they were Anglo-Saxon settlers, came to Northern Ireland. And of course, the Irish are Roman Catholic. There was a lot of battles between Northern Ireland and Ireland. And now there's peace. There's a armistice, end of conflict. Probably uneasy at times, but no more fighting, which is really good. So Wales, a lot of coal and coal mining, a lot of coal that fueled the Industrial Revolution did come from Wales. There's a lot of poverty there too. Coal mining is very, very tough business, going very deep into the earth, and there's a lot of lung problems associated with it. Scotland is occasionally, will come up in the news as being parts of, Scotland will sometimes make moves to move away or break off from the United Kingdom, but the United Kingdom remains intact. Thank you. That's enough.